right, last, and I like to call it least because this is one of my least favorite products to install, is the concrete edging. Now, I'm not talking about the poured continuous concrete edging. What I'm actually referring to is the individual units that stack side by each. The reason I don't like to do it is it's very labor intensive, but let's walk through the process and get our material costs first, of course. So the concrete edging, depends on what you use, is going to be, in this example, about $2.25 per linear foot. So very similar to the steel edging in this case. But now on top of that, if you're going to put the individual units, kind of like paver stones, in place, you're going to have to also base. You may need to put a little bit of sand on the bottom between the material and the subsoil so that it doesn't rock and move. And then each individual unit, we got to be careful calculating our labor costs, because then you have a single stone and that goes next to another. We're getting into how you install it. The point is you got to put each and every stone in separately. Then you got to level each individual paver unit, and then you have to level it to the one next to it. Our production goes down dramatically, so our labor cost per linear foot increases exponentially. You've got to be really careful on that. If you don't calculate it right, you could get hurt. So in this case, we're going to say that a guy can install about 15 linear feet, not 30. So your production's cut in half per hour. We want to get the same labor rate at $65 per hour. So our labor cost in this case is about $4.33 per linear foot. Okay? Our material cost is $2.25 a linear foot. And then you may need to import sand, which has the possibility of raising your material costs up even more. It depends on the conditions that you're working in. But if we just stick with this scenario, $4.33 for labor, $2.25 per linear foot for material costs, we add that up, it comes to $6.75 per linear foot. Add 10% profit and overhead. That gives you another 67 cents on top of that. And technically it comes out to $7.42 per linear foot. We're going to round this up because we want simple numbers, simple options for our customers. So $7.50 per linear foot. But be careful. One thing with those concrete edgers that you have to remember is you also have the potential that as you snake around a corner, you may have to bring in a diamond saw and cut those edgers. So you may need to do saw cutting on those edgers on a time and material basis. You can never just give a simple formula for saw cutting because you don't know how many times you're going to have to cut. So then you're going to want to break it down to make it safe for you and do saw cutting at $65 an hour plus the cost of the saw and the diamond blade. You're going to need that. Let's do a comparison between the three right now and see how all three of our prices break down and give you the basic formula and the wrap up to this too long video. All right, so the comparison side by each. Vinyl edging, option 1 is $3.50 per linear foot. Take your wheel, measure out how many linear feet you have, multiply it by $3.50. You give your customers their price. Simple as that. Steel edging, $5.50 per linear foot. Bullet edging, $7.50 a linear foot. Do you see how we've been able to make sure we built profits in, we protected ourselves, and we have given the customer three awesome options, starting from the base, giving them an upgrade, and giving them another upgrade. You can quickly and easily go out and just go, it's $3.50 a linear foot, $5.50 a linear foot, or $7.50 a linear foot, depending on what you want.